as I was saying, for question 2, sentence completion, I'm going to show you the best strategy for this one. Like I said, not every strategy works every time, so you have to find the one that's best for you and best for the question. So for this question, dangerously high winds blank attempts to begin the space shuttle mission on schedule, delaying the launch nearly a week. So the answers are A, thwarted, B, forfeited, C, implemented, D, discharged, or E, redoubled. So for this question in particular, I obviously already used the first strategy, which is read the sentence carefully and the entire sentence. But for this one in particular, I think that number 6, use a process of elimination, is one of the better strategies that you could use if you knew the vocabulary. So let's just say in this case you do. You'd know that A, thwarted, means prevented. B, forfeited, means to lose or give up. C, implemented, means to start a process from happening, to start it going. D, discharged, means to give up a person or a thing. And E, redoubled, means to increase in intensity or number. So if you know all that, you can tell that A, thwarted, which means the same as prevented or stopped, makes the most sense in this question. Reading it again, dangerously high winds thwarted or prevented or stopped attempts to begin the space shuttle mission on schedule, delaying the launch nearly a week. So that one would work best in that circumstance, in my opinion. However, the other strategies might work for you as well, so you can pick and choose the ones that you need for the sentence completion section of the SAT. Okay, so moving on to the dual short reading section. Here in the SAT, you'll be presented with 2 passages. Usually they have contrasting ideas from different authors. So in this case, author A is talking about how dolphins are very intelligent, almost as intelligent as humans. And I'm not going to read it all for you. I know you've read it on your own time. But you also know that author B is talking about how we can't tell how intelligent dolphins are. We simply don't have enough research to be able to compare dolphin intelligence to human intelligence or any other animal's intelligence. So for this question, this is a very typical dual short reading question. It's asking you to contrast or compare author A's opinion from passage A and author B's opinion from passage B. So the question is, the 2 passages differ in their opinion of dolphin intelligence in that passage 1 states that dolphins. So before I go on with this question, I'm going to tell you 4 strategies that you can use for the dual short reading section. The first one is the debate strategy. So in this one, you have to get a really clear idea of what these authors are saying. So in your mind, you have to know what author A is saying about dolphin intelligence and what author B is saying. And once you know that, you can think of, if they were to debate each other, if author A were to meet author B and debate, what would they agree on and what would they disagree on? So the important thing for this part is to focus on the main idea, so the most important points of author A and the most important points of author B. The little details are not as important. So for this one, as I already mentioned, author A believes that dolphins are very intelligent, and author B says we don't know how intelligent they are because we don't have enough research. So for number 2, another strategy you could use is underline important text and cross off unnecessary text. So for that one, I think everything is important in this question here. But in regards to the passages, for example, the first sentence of passage 1, I think is very important to author A's argument. It says, the intelligence of dolphins is well documented by science. That sentence basically sums up his entire argument. So you might want to underline that, and I know when you're writing the SAT, you'll be rushing and pressed for time, so when you look back here, you can immediately see what the important parts of this paragraph are. The third strategy is use a process of elimination. So some of these answers are clearly just plain wrong, some more than others. So does anyone know or can tell me which of these answers is just wrong? Like doesn't sound right or doesn't have to do with these passages at all?
Answer C is wrong because in the passage 2, the author didn't say the dolphins, like he didn't provide any
right. So for number C, it says, passage 2 points out that dolphins are less intelligent than other mammals. It never says that anywhere here, just like you mentioned. So there's no proof for that. So obviously you can cross that one right off because there's no proof in the passages themselves. Is there any other one here that stands out that, that has no evidence or proof in the passages?
I think B is also wrong because there is no evidence in the passage to say that dolphins outperform other animals.
That's right. So here it says, well, passage 2 notes that dolphins outperform other animals. Nowhere in passage 2 is that stated. Therefore, there's no evidence for that part, so you could cross that one off. So if you cross off B and you cross off C, you can also look at E and A. So E says the dolphins have large brains, while passage 2 argues that brain size does not signify intelligence. So passage A, as I'm sure you already know, says that dolphins have large brains here in the question. However, here in the passage, there's no information that says that or implies that. So you can cross off B as well. And for number A, it says dolphins in passage 1 share a sophisticated culture, while passage 2 contends that dolphin intelligence is roughly equal to human intelligence. So the first part of this is right. However, passage 2 contends that dolphin intelligence is equal to human intelligence. As you know, when you thought about the main argument of author B, he doesn't think that you can even compare dolphin intelligence to human intelligence. So that answer would be wrong and you could cross it off. And that just leaves you with answer D, that in passage 1, it states that dolphins are highly intelligent, while passage 2 suggests that there is not enough evidence to understand dolphin intelligence fully. So sometimes in the dual short reading question, this is the last thing I want to mention really quick, you might get 2 answers that are both right, but one is more right than the other. So make sure the answer that focuses on the main ideas will be the most right answer. And even if the answer is right, but it's focusing on little details that aren't as important to the author's argument, it's the wrong answer. So the last strategy is double check, find the proof. So the right answer will always have proof. All parts of it, the first part and the second part, will have proof in the text, so make sure you go back and find that. If half of the question doesn't have proof, it's the wrong answer. The whole question has to be right. So that is the dual short reading section. Thank you very much for your time, students, and I will see you next class.
Thank you.